Hey guys, welcome back. Continuing off from our from the stream I started last night. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, oh wow, he's actually doing it. Wow. I know I got a whole lot of other videos I need to get caught up on. I'm more than aware of this, but. Okay, hold on here a second. Let me find my stream here real quick. Okay, because I didn't have my phone with me last night. And because of that, I missed out on some chat messages by my buddy Prendo, who was true to his form as a fan, as a real diehard fan of mine, watching my stream last night. And I felt bad that I missed him in the chat. So I have my phone now, so I'll be able to keep up with chat messages. All right. Now we're picking up where we left off yesterday. So the next video is 15 giant statues caught moving on camera by, believe it or not Top 15, but by Chills. And yeah, I know it's the same guy, but there's a difference between their channels. So. Okay, and everything good. On display. That's good. Let's go.
Automatonophobia is the fear of statues. It's a pretty rare fear to have, but when a statue moves, I think anyone could develop it. Number 15. Claims of the Chinese Guanyin statue blinking inside of the Lingquan Temple are apparently real if you believe this video. Sometimes this blinking effect happens from shaking the camera, but at 42 seconds the phone is still and the statue still does it.
That's creepy.
I also hear temple bells, so this could have taken place during a ceremony. However, I'm pretty sure that this blinking is from a grainy video. The background looks to be moving in a similar way to number 14.
Yeah, it could just be. It could just be effects caused by the grainy video.
Statue seated on a throne seems to track a museum visitor with its head for 7 seconds as they pass by. The camera is shaky, so let's check out these still images. Here it is with its head slightly turned to look at him when he first enters. And here it is at 47 seconds looking at him from the center of the room. Approximately 20 seconds later, a different statue shown here is seen lifting its arm. Number 13. A statue of Sai Baba became a topic of mass speculation across India in 2016 when it was apparently caught shrugging its shoulders, causing a clothing article to come off. The obvious answer is that this clothing item simply came undone and fell off over time, but at 24 seconds the statue appears to possibly roll its shoulder to make it fall off. What's especially odd though, is that at 45 seconds, when everything seems to have fully unfolded and settled, the clothing article jumps off where the statue's hand is. Did it move again? There could have been wind currents from air conditioning, or a draft to knock this loose in my opinion. Otherwise...
But I noticed that there was kind of like an upward push as it falls, so... I'm thinking that maybe it moved its hand.
It could have been a simple...
Yeah, watch right here. There's like an upward lift as it falls.
Case of gravity and time loose in my opinion.
Right here,
otherwise, it could have been a simple case of gravity and time.
Yeah, you see that
Number
upward
12.
lift right there?
This statue is said to move her eyes repeatedly. Thousands of people flock to see it, and some are saying that it happens here in this video. One person thought it might be blinking here. I definitely see it as well. Another person says her left arm moves. I don't see it, and I think those who do probably are getting fooled by unsteady camera work in my opinion. Still, thousands of people have visited this statue because apparently it moves, so maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Number 11. This video was taken during service at a chapel in the Mexican city of Saltillo in June of 2016. They zoom in on the statue on the wall that just, well, opens its eyes and looks at them.
Whoa.
My first thought was that the camera coming into focus is probably what makes it look like it's opening its eyes. If not, this could also somehow be a trick of the light, but then again, this still image taken at 1 minute and 4 seconds shows the eyes are totally closed. This image at 1 minute and 10 seconds is taken at roughly the same distance and shows the eyes are definitely now open. So my other guess is computer effects. Number 10. A statue jabs another statue with a trident in the middle of the night if this video is to be believed, which I have trouble doing, aside from looking like possible special effects, because of the awkward way the statue moves. The way the camera mysteriously cuts out as soon as the trident makes contact is too much of a coincidence. This would be really creepy to see in real life, but that'd be the only way I'd be convinced that this video is actually real. Number 9.
True.
In 2018,
True. It does look awkward enough for it to be just, you know, CGI special effects.
the Our Lady of Guadalupe statue in New Mexico began moving on its own, or at least that's what witnesses say. On 4 separate occasions, the statue has been caught crying tears of sorrowful joy. These tears do not dry up, and in this case were visible the next morning, which would mean that the statue is continuously crying overnight. A close-up shows that the tears come from a realistic angle. She's holding her head slightly so they would be coming from the middle of the eye instead of the corners. A scientific analysis of the tears revealed that their chemical composition is the same as a special olive oil used for ceremonies. What do you make of this situation based on the video and this evidence? Real or fake? Number 8. This video resolution, which is fairly good quality, or at least
That statue's crying olive oil? I'm not sure what to think of that one.
better than most, catches a statue moving its eyes. From 8 seconds to 12 seconds, the statue has heavy eyelids that are almost shut. The person recording stops for a second to adjust the lighting, and that's when the statue apparently opens its eyes. Well, this would be bizarre to witness in person. I think this moving statue is a simple camera trick using angles and lighting. In the beginning, they record the statue at an upward angle with low lighting to make the eyes look more closed, but then they record at a downward angle with more lighting to increase the level of detail and make the eyes look more open. It's an
I see that too. I see that too. It's a good trick. It's a good attempt at a trick.
interesting trick.
But yeah, I see where Chills is coming from with this. So yeah, that's fake.
But I doubt it's real, or at least that's what I think. Do you think it's real? Number 7. A viral video happened on Good Friday when a statue moves its head during a song. It's creepy how everybody is staring directly at the statue when suddenly it just lets its head drop down. What I find hard to believe about this video is how nobody in the crowd stops singing or says anything out loud when it happens. They just continue as if this is normal.
Well, given that it's like a funeral ceremony and all that, I think people are more focused on looking at the casket than on the statue of Jesus in the very background.
If this is real, then maybe they got caught up in the moment and inspired by the statue moving, that they continued singing. Number 6. This giant statue was once caught in Vietnam. A huge group of villagers form a long line up a mountainside to catch a glimpse. The person hangs back and zooms in as much as their camera allows. First, they all start singing at 1 minute and 54 seconds. And by 2 minutes and 24 seconds, the giant statue has apparently come to life. Translate if you can. At 2 minutes and 33 seconds, the statue seems to extend an arm out and gently embraces the crowd. But now the cameraman is in tears as he and his family watch the stone robes become soft and weightless as they flap like angelic wings. Did her stone robes really turn into fabric, or was something put over her? I think if this was a sheet, then everyone would notice, and no one would be impressed. At 3 minutes and 58 seconds, you can see a hand just barely peek out from under the robe as it gives a modest wave. By 4 minutes and 35 seconds, the mysterious waving hand is gone. The statue has returned back to normal and does not move again. Number 5.
The fuck? Wow. I'm speechless on that one. I can't think of anything to say with that one. What?
A family thinks they could have possibly seen a statue move while visiting the St. Joseph Oratory in Montreal. You have to look closely at the figure on the right at the very beginning of the video, or you'll miss what they're talking about, specifically its hands. They say that the statue is actually clapping with joy. The other one isn't moving, and they quickly cut to a third statue that isn't doing anything either. Only one is. I'm sure some people believe them, but I think this effect is almost certainly because of their phone more than anything. It's called...
I was about to say, it's... you know how you have those old phones that when you're recording something, it moves around, it takes a while for the pixels to catch up? Yeah, I don't know what it's called specifically, but I think Chels is about to say it.
Called pixelation.
Pixelation, yeah.
A term used to describe fuzzy or blurry sections of low-quality video. They could have been looking at vacation videos later and genuinely mistaken the pixelation for movement, so I'm not accusing them of making it up. Number 4. Did this statue move? Writes a person in the comments section of this marble statue video. Some other people agree. It does, but I can't say that I necessarily see it. At 45 seconds, this Snow White statue maybe looks like it sways slightly, if you look hard enough, but that has to be camera movement. Maybe this is what they're talking about. What do you see? Number 3.
Honestly, I saw the dwarf fingers move more because of the camera movement, so I think it's just a misunderstanding due to camera movement.
A paranormal investigator goes to the Oakwood Cemetery in Huntsville, Texas to try and make a haunted statue move. He tells it to move its palms up, but they look still as can be to me. How about you? The investigator has one last simple trick to see if this statue has any potential for movement.
I heard something over there.
So is this just the sounds of the forest, or is there something more going on at the Oakwood Cemetery? Number 2.
What was that? What even was that? I didn't see anything.
July 28, 2019, the Redeemer statue in Brazil sprouted a heart with beating chambers and began to rapidly shrink and expand, or at least that's what certain people want you to think. In reality, this is a projection to raise awareness for heart problems. I just wanted to set the record straight and let you know that this is fake. Let me know if you were fooled in the beginning, or if you...
Damn you, Chills.
You knew all along. I've got a challenge for you. If you're in white, A crowd gathers to sing in front of a statue. After a while, her mouth begins to move as she mouths the words of the song with them.
The singing statue, everyone!
Over 100 people agree that they can clearly see the statue blink and sing with joy. I would have liked to have seen this happen with a high-resolution camera. Until then, I think that this was probably just video grain, creating the appearance of movement. Get ready, we're gonna take a close...
Good video, nonetheless. Alright. Next up from Sir Spooks, 5 scary videos that nobody can explain.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary videos that nobody can explain. 20,000-year-old mysterious tunnels which were hidden from us for a long time.
What you don't see in this area are hundreds upon hundreds of underground tunnels.
Could it be that these tunnel systems are the first evidence of teleportation? Crazy idea, right? But it gets crazier. Well-known archaeologists from famous universities worldwide have examined it and came across something astonishing.
That place where the basic materials of things dissolve themselves to the other side. This is an Erdstall.
Follow the link in the video description and learn more about this and some more mysteries in a documentary, Mythmetzger's Darkest, on Amazon. So, let's begin. Although the social media platform TikTok is usually considered to be a fun and oftentimes comedic place to watch videos, occasionally you may stumble across a video there that will creep you out and leave you feeling uncomfortable and confused. Take for example this video uploaded to the service by the user Kathy Gallinger, also known by her username KittyK38. In the beginning, she explains that she has been hearing noises in her house that sound exactly like her drum set is being played, but with nobody actually there physically playing it. As she doesn't hear any further noises, she takes the camera into the other rooms in her house to investigate the origin of the sound. However, as she turns off the light in the bathroom and starts to head back into the living room, something terrifying happens. Take a look.
Okay, so we heard a noise that sounded like the drums again. Like, this is what I'm telling you, so I was trying to get it on video. There's nothing, hello? Hello? My daughter's room, nothing. The bathroom, I'm gonna turn this light off because there's no need for this light to be on. Hydro. Laundry room. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Ah! Oh my god, Lucy!
The scream could be considered fake by some, but the nature of the video as a whole seems quite genuine. At the end, it looks like there's a figure standing in front of her. Let's try to enhance this footage to hopefully get a clearer look.
Wow, I can't make heads or tails of this one. I mean, it looks fake, but I also can't distinguish what the fakeness is. I definitely see something like shining, like some sort of like aluminum on the arms.
What do you think?
And it moves.
Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Wow, hey, you know what? 5 scary videos that nobody can explain, so I'm already at a loss on that one.
Previously on this channel, we have featured videos and lists
Previously on Yu-Gi-Oh!
such as these of people recording mysterious and freaky sounds seemingly coming from the sky. It is certainly a weird phenomenon, but it appears that it happens a lot more than some people may think, but that definitely doesn't make it any less scary. The following video was published to YouTube on April 23rd, 2020 by a woman named Sarah Connor. The video...
What?! Sorry, just I got Terminator vibes from that one. Oh no.
which was filmed somewhere in the western United States. See Sarah as she talks to the camera about the weird noises that she has been hearing for quite some time now. Not long after the video begins, we can hear the bizarre sound that Sarah is referring to. Take a listen and see what you think this sounds like.
That sound has been going on for about 40 minutes. Sometimes it's really loud and very scary.
Glad to know I'm not the only one with allergies.
I don't know what the hell is it. I feel like it's more loud over here on the right side. What the hell is that? I swear, it sounds like a train is up in the sky. It does not make any sense. A big roller coaster or something. I know that sounds crazy.
Again!
Perhaps the best way to describe it would be
What the hell?
metallic, just like Sarah says. This sound continues for several minutes without any explanation. It could be absolutely nothing to worry about, but in a world as crazy and vast as ours, anything is possible. Reddit user Resurrect shared the following clip over to the Ghost subreddit. He goes into detail with the video by saying that it is unedited and explains, quote, "The DeSoto mine in Arizona is the creepiest place I've ever been. At the time this was taken, nobody else was there. We didn't hear a thing except the water droplets. Yet you can hear footsteps on the wood in this clip." End quote. By taking a good listen to the footage that this Reddit user provides us with, you can definitely make out what sounds like footsteps mixed with cracking noises coming from within the mine. I can't imagine how creepy and unsettling it must have been.
I did see it. Alright. Now, I don't know if Sir Spooks is going to point this out, but let's see. Right around here, as the camera zooms in again, you can see a shadow figure move from here to here. Watch closely right here, and you can see a shadow figure moving in this direction.
From within the mine. like footsteps mixed with cracking noises coming from within the mine.
Right there, see it? See
I
it?
can't imagine how creepy and unsettling it must have been to be in the mine while hearing a sound like that, especially when it seemed to be that close. Seeing as how there was no person or creature to be found anywhere in the footage, it is difficult to determine what exactly this Reddit user heard in the DeSoto mine that day.
Watch.
If you have any ideas or possible
Right there,
theories,
there goes,
be sure to leave them in the comments. Taking a good listen to the
What's that right here? 6:30. Okay, I gotta leave a comment on that right there, guys.
I really hope not my eyes.
anywhere in the
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Baby segment!
This is dress.
Alright, can you hold on to her rag, okay?
Sure.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Anyway.
Look, baby, look, there you are. Okay, let's turn the camera a little bit more here. Alright, now look at the phone. Oh, I turned it the wrong way. Turned it the wrong way. 1 second. 1 second. There you are! See, there you are. There you are. My little girl's camera is a bit camera shy, but that's okay because we love her anyway.
I want to see shows.
You want to see shows? Well, mommy's gonna come back soon, and then you'll be able to watch shows. But in the meantime,
footage, it is difficult to determine what exactly this Reddit user heard in the DeSoto mine that day. If you have any ideas or possible theories, be sure to leave them in the comment section below.
yay, future streamer, guys!
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
High Strangeness is a popular subreddit within the horror community. There you can share or watch videos relating to the paranormal, UFOs, or any piece of footage that is considered to be creepy. A user by the name of Mr. Don shared the following video to the subreddit that was filmed on May 14, 2020. In the video, we can hear a couple of people discussing amongst themselves a strange bright object that appears to be floating in the sky for several minutes. Throughout the video, the group discusses the phenomenon and try to come up with possible explanations as to what it could possibly be. And they almost all universally agree that it looks to be a UFO.
You just found a UFO.
But it's moving.
Wait, there it is. Look at that.
I know, look at that, it's moving. What? That's crazy.
Let's
Seriously? Look how fast it accelerates.
Oh,
Look at that, look at you.
There's not even any more of them.
Oh my god, it's just...
It's gone. It's been a while that thing's moving, huh? Look how fast that thing's going.
Down.
You want down? Alright, I gotta take the headphones back. Hi, Mela. Whoop! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Did that kid seriously just say, I believe in aliens more than logic?
I take the phone. I'll take it up.
Wow.
Okay, pick it up.
Turn the music on.
Can you pick up next? Ready to dress up?
Yeah, I think booking it.
Oh, don't do that again.
No, it's not
Can you
like
do that again,
stuff.
Mila?
Skip about like that.
She had it over her head. I was gonna be like, ooh, there's
Swear
a
to God, I've never seen
ghost.
anything like it.
Hey, don't give me ideas. You know, I might pick a ghost video for laughs and use her as my subject. I'll just be like, hey Mela, put the sheet on your head and run down the hallway going. Bleh!
Hey, Mila, can you go? Bleh.
Hey Mela.
Can you go? Bleh.
I've never seen anything like that.
Shut up. Why?
Alright, let's go back.
You can't tell I love my daughter.
That is no drone.
You want to ring the dress?
Where is it going? No, come over here.
No? Oh, you want to dress
Hey.
flower? Oh, Daddy got it for us.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a highly strange but also fascinating piece of footage, as the object that is in the sky stays there for at least 3 minutes, as that is the total duration of this video. What is also notable is how this sighting was during broad daylight, as many UFO sighting videos are taken at night. Surely this could be something else, but even skeptics will have a hard time explaining whatever this object is.
Now, one thing I want to say about it, yeah, it's a good video. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good video, but when it comes to videos like that, we need more than just one. We need, because obviously, clearly, those kids should not have been the only group of people to see that thing. There had to have been more. So show us another video from another person's perspective showing the exact same thing, then it would have more credibility. Just saying is all.
Shy Unique.
This guy. Okay, so for those that don't know, I've already reacted to this one last night from I think it was King Frostmare's channel. But this guy, I mean, I'm not trying to mock him or anything like that, because if for those of you who saw it last night, I couldn't find an explanation as to what this guy caught. But the reason why I'm laughing is just his hysteric reaction to all of it. Yeah, it's almost like a Richard Pryor comedy bit. Just have a listen and enjoy.
Legacy shared the following live stream video to Facebook on June 8th, 2020. He explains to the camera that he has been seeing a strange creature outside and attempts to capture it on film to show his audience. In the 30-minute video, he positions his camera outside while hoping he notices it to show everybody watching what he has been seeing. It doesn't take long for someone or something creepy to appear. Take a look and see what Shy Unique spotted.
Like, I'm really just out my mind right now, because I I really think I just saw what the fuck I just saw, like. And just to show y'all that I ain't capping on no screenshot or editing no photos and none of that shit. I'm finna open my back door up and show y'all that the picture came from in the back of my yard, man. Let me see if I can flip this bitch around. That's the exact spot now. That's my backyard. I'm zooming in a little piece. This is the exact spot that I just. Hold on. This dog.
It is definitely hard to make out exact.
Okay, I guess out of respect for his dignity, Sir Spooks didn't show the more hilarious side of his rant, but here after this, I'm gonna bring up the King Frostmare video again, so I can show you the whole thing.
What ran across the camera and caused the man to panic, but by slowing down the footage, you can make out what appears to be a tall, lanky-looking creature. The creature moves by too fast to be 100% sure, but many believe that this is a sighting of a dog man, a folklore that originates back to 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan. What do you think was captured on camera that day?
I couldn't really explain it. You know, whatever's going on with this guy, it is real, because this was a live stream footage, and so he wasn't the only one that saw it as it actually happened. And even if someone was pulling a prank, there's no way that anyone could make something that big move that fast without him noticing. So, whatever's happening to him, it's real. And it's creepy.
Was it that of the dog man? Was it another creature? Or was it simply something else? Be sure to leave your ideas in the comments below. And that was 5 scary videos that nobody can explain. I hope.
Alright, so I'm going to turn off display here real quick while I look for it. Oh, and hey, it's Markiplier's birthday today. So if you're watching, go wish him a happy birthday. Okay, it was actually Nuke's top 5, but still. Alright. So, again, just enjoy.
Fine encounter. He grabs his phone and starts a live broadcast on Facebook. He explains to his friends what he has just witnessed, and also shares his rather unique take on the experience.
If that was a wild dog, that was a huge ass wild dog. That was too big. That was too big, man. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm so freaked out. Alright now. So I went back and, you know, re-looked at the pictures again and zoomed in on them. And I promise you, dog, it looked like a werewolf or something was staring at me, like, was literally looking dead at me, like looking right at me, like, yeah, got me at the one eye, just looking at my ass, one eye on me, looking at me.
Okay, and with all due respect to this guy, his situation, you gotta admit that rant was hilarious.
Was literally looking dead at me, like looking right at me, like, yeah, got me at the one eye, just looking at my ass, one eye on me, looking at me.
Now, at first, Shanique's live broadcast may seem like a hoax or even a comedy bit, but during the live stream, Shanique heads over to his backyard door. He intends to show his live stream viewers where the creature was standing.
So yeah, that's what Star Spooks didn't show. Alright, so next we got from Top 15. Top 15 scary videos you're not meant to see.
Number 15, Stalkers. Welcome to the inner workings of a broken down mental hospital, recorded live to Facebook by Hammy TV. This creepy video takes you on a tour through the extreme ward of Medfield State Hospital, developed over the turn of the 20th century. The 58-building complex held a max of 2,200 patients and was a filming location for such films as Shutter Island and The Box. According to Wikipedia, trespassing between dark and sunrise is strictly forbidden, so these boys aren't exactly following the law. One especially creepy fact about this asylum is that it has 841 grave sites, all of which are numbered instead of named. In fact, Boy Scouts in the area made it their Eagle Scout service project to find the correct names of all buried and their dates of passings. If that wasn't creepy enough, watch what happens during this tour of evil. The crew is heading to the 3rd floor, where there were allegedly a few passings. As they're trying to decide how to get up the very broken stairs, the camera pans the upper floor. Keep your eye on the hallway. A shadow person very clearly crosses the threshold.
Whoa.
A shadow that apparently the crew didn't see in reality, as they have no reaction to it whatsoever. I'm sure when they watched this video in playback, they did. I'm not sure if anyone noticed until it was pointed out in the Facebook comments, but now that it's been spotted, I think this paranormal sighting is terrifying. Number 14.
Okay, I do have to point out, I don't know if it was just a coincidence or not, but the guy holding the camera pointed his finger right at the hallway just before that entity passed. Is that a coincidence, or did he know that was going to happen? So he wanted he wanted the audience to see it. So he's like, up there.
Haunted attic. Do you hear noises from the attic where no one lives? There are only a few explanations. Animal, squatter, or ghost? Which one explains what happens next? Published to YouTube in October of 2015 by Chris Court, the uploader writes, I kept hearing strange sounds coming from the attic of the...
Oh guys, my screen is lagging a bit. I don't know if I'm going to get cut off or not. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
the old
Guess it was just
apartment
my internet.
building I am currently at in Italy, and decided to set up a camera. What I saw when I went to grab the camera a few hours later was shocking. The place is still and silent at first, but then a chair in the back of the room moves all on its own. A couple seconds later it moves again. The ghost then decides to play around with the old school rocking horse. At first it simply rocks back and forth, but before long, it quite clearly moves from side to side, even sliding across the floor a little. It almost appears animated. Is there a child ghost playing around in the attic? If so, I wouldn't recommend joining in on the fun. Number 13.
Alright guys, my lid for my water bottle just broke, so I gotta go swap it out real quick. Plus I'm also out of water, so go get some more. Hi! I'm sure it took like more than one of them to do that so well. Alright, I'm back, guys. Alrighty. Okay.
Cursed tunnel.
I'm like screaming or something in this tunnel. I'm gonna go check it out.
You may think you're ready for this list, but some scary videos you're just not meant to see. The boy in this video says he hears something in this tunnel that sounds to him like a scream, so he decides to go investigate. But no, the boy enters the darkness with nothing but a void at the end of it. For a while, all you hear is his own footsteps. Then you hear this. Sounds like Alien vs. Predator up in here. The kid stops for a moment, and in that quiet, a couple footsteps splash through the water. He then says hello to the creature he cannot see, before heading forward again, but he doesn't get very far.
Whoa!
The rattling sound echoes throughout the tunnel before the thing starts to screech in a way that makes your insides tremble. As he runs, the creature quiets for a time but lets out a final terrifying screech as the boy exits the tunnel, likely wondering what in the world he almost happened upon. Is this for real? If so, what lies in the depths of this underground? Dark Dominator thinks it's the rake, while the last one suggests it's a feral hog, but I've never heard a rattle like that from a hog before. Lesson learned. The next time you hear screaming in the darkness, it's best to run in the opposite direction. Number 12.
Indeed.
Camouflage.
Or bring a gun with you next time.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide when you're face to face with a predator in the jungle at night. I first came across this video on the Spanish-speaking YouTube community, and it was published in February of 2020. This sinister video stands out in an ultra-scary list. The shot pulls into the darkness of some jungle leaves and foliage, where the viewer can somewhat make out a discernible shape. It appears like a wild cat hidden in the leaf.
Fun fact, I used to call foliage foliage. And I don't know. I could never figure out if I was saying it wrong or if it was just spelled wrong. For the longest time.
Leaves, waiting to pounce. If you saw this crouching out of the corner of your eye as you took your everyday jungle route home at night, would you be afraid? You should be. Number 11.
What even was there? I didn't see anything.
Where the viewer can somewhat make out a discernible shape. It appears like a wild cat hidden in the leaves, waiting to pounce. If you saw this crouching out of the corner of your...
Oh, I see it now.
As you took your everyday jungle route...
That looks more like a rake or a monkey.
Out home at night, would you be afraid? You should be. Number 11. Nightmare Uber. What do you do when your Uber driver refuses to let you out? That's the nightmare scenario two Uber passengers were faced with when grabbing an Uber in Virginia. The pair captured this horrifying high-speed chase live. According to the passengers, another driver had drove into the Uber driver's car. When the Uber pulled to the side of the road to exchange info, the car didn't follow suit, instead fleeing the scene. The Uber driver then decides to chase the other driver while calling the police. During his hot pursuit, the driver hands the phone to one of his passengers, who tells the police what is happening. The pair wants to get out of the car, demanding that the driver stop and let them out. The driver refuses, saying he can't let the guy go. The passenger relays all this to the police, saying the driver won't slow and they're going to hit someone, to which they warn the man that he needs to stop. The driver does not heed the police's warnings, and in fact he continues chasing the suspect, despite the fact that the passengers notify him that they have the number of the suspect's license plate, so he can logically pursue him that way. 4.5 minutes of fear, and the driver finally pulls over, allowing the couple to leave. They catapult out of the vehicle. That was the scariest moment of my life. It was a nightmare. One of the passengers is quoted as saying, "Thankfully it went no further," and the driver was later charged with abduction. Talk about a bizarre ride. No.
Wow. That guy was nuts. The ironic part about it is that if it was me in that Uber, I'd probably just be going along with it. Because, it's like, it pisses me off when people who are at fault in auto accidents speed off like that. It pisses me off when, they're the ones at fault. So, I would want to help him. I would want to help him, get that guy too. But I wouldn't want to die either. So, it's hard for me to say who I feel bad for more. But I'm leaning more towards his passengers on this one.
Number 10. Tag, you're it. A girl and the person filming were innocently playing around outside, but they were not alone. Published to YouTube in May of 2019, nightmares abound after watching this video, which is gaining attention in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. The clip shows a girl playing with a ball outside a yellow fenced-in building. She runs up to the fence, behind which a pair of swings are wrapped together in knots. After a moment, the girl points at something or someone behind the camera person, who turns around to see what she's indicating. There is no one in the distance across the field, but there is someone right behind her. The ghoul of a girl appears semi-transparent as the camera shot falls. We can only imagine the camera person fled in fear from this thing she was not meant to see. Tag, you're it. Game over. Number 9. Poltergeist Possession. Published to YouTube by Proven Demons in May of 2020.
That was weird. Yikes.
You might want to call your local exorcist after watching this video. The uploader explains that the house they entered is known to have been the site of an exorcism, and they were exploring it to capture paranormal activity. He writes, while experiencing heavy poltergeist activity, I could feel the demon inside trying to possess me as it did the previous owner, who is now insane in a mental institution. From that point, our ghost hunt took a turn for the worst. Let's take that turn with them. After hiking up to the abandoned building and entering through a crawl hole, the crew finds the inside looks like a surreal art shed. Colorful paper lanterns hang, arrows are pointing every which way. All natural light in the place is framed by gothic windows. At first, the general aura of the place is curious rather than creepy. There are lots of scraps of paper posted to a board, a large map, a guitar hanging on one wall. As one YouTuber, Lavender Rainbow, points out, there's a pamphlet on the wall. Later in the clip at 16 minutes 29 seconds that reads, Bipolar Disorder Survival Guide. So maybe the person living here was trying to seek psychiatric help. You find yourself wishing you were there, so you might examine things up close and learn more. But then the crew hears a woman screaming. They head towards a back room, with one of the dudes mentioning that they hadn't even made sure they were alone in this building. In fact, the building looks very lived in, not abandoned. There's what looks like a bed in the room with blankets on it, a full backpack beside it, clothes hanging. Are they alone? He continues into the next room, hearing others inside, but it turns out just to be his own crew. You can hear a lot of sounds and things moving, like there are animals on the roof. Next, the door closes behind him by itself. They use the EVP to see if anyone's there in the home with them. The quick reply is yes. They also hear the words demon, as well as a warning, get out now. The demon tells them they have no right to be there. Andrew says he's starting to feel affected and his hands are shaking. And moments later, something falls off the shelf. Even scarier are the Polaroids that they find of what appears to be an authentic exorcism or ritual of some sort. What do you think went on in this makeshift cathedral of a home? A possession? Would you feel comfortable in the demon's skin? Number 8.
That's a big fat no for me. I don't even know if I'd go in there. That place looks creepy enough.
Ghost Girl. Sometimes that mysterious noise is your haunted ice maker. Other times things are even more chilling than they seem.
Right before she turns on the light, there's a ghost girl right in front of the ice machine.
Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Oranjavi and originally posted to TikTok by Pershka. This one is sure icy. According to the TikToker, she was intending to capture a scary sound her ice machine kept making on camera, but instead she got a lot more than she bargained for. As she walks from the living room to the kitchen, for a split second while the lights are off, you see a little girl standing there in the darkness next to the ice machine. Watch carefully. It's just for the slightest of moments before the light appears. The girl is pale and dressed in black with long black hair. She stands there motionless before vanishing into thin air with the light. Coupled with this is the eerie sound the ice machine truly was making. It sounds like the windy moans of a ghost. Tima2013 writes in the comments, I have that same ice machine. It does not make that sound. Yikes.
I don't know what's scarier, the ghost or her bad grammar. Jost. The scary ice machine, but I get the Jost in my house. Okay. My internet's kind of crappy right now.
Yikes is right. You never know who is waiting in the darkness for you. Number 7. Playing around. Imagine being the spirit of a child, still stuck in the world. Why are you there? What do you do in the interim? Clearly the answer is to play around with the living. Originally posted to TikTok by Dries Perry, a Redditor wonders what Reddit thinks of these TikToks. Let's take a look.
Oh, that's just great. Now my whole internet's going out.
In the first clip, Perry says he's convinced that this room in his home is haunted. After shutting the door so it doesn't scare his daughter, he speaks directly to the ghost, inviting him to reveal his presence in some way. At first, the ghost is hesitant, flips over.
Hold on a second, guys. Okay, we're back. I always get nervous when your internet's just not
onto its side. After returning to the room, he asks the spirit to move something else. A toy car begins to slowly roll across the same tabletop. Seems like someone is ready to play. Redditor Hollow Planet writes, this is exactly what the poltergeist I had was like. During round 2 of attempting to communicate with the spirit in the toy room, Perry decides to try and play too, since many of his commenters on TikTok were theorizing that it was a child ghost. After asking the child ghost to play, a ball is tossed his way from a nearby shelf. He shows the camera up close that there are no strings attached to the
Alright, it says I'm still streaming. You gotta be kidding me.
Ghost storms out when you're arguing whether...
Come on. Are you gonna do it again? Piece of garbage. I got my dog barking and everything. Alright, I'm gonna try playing the video again, and hopefully, my stream won't turn off again.
Their shirt is red or maroon, the ghosts in your presence will know they've had enough of you two. Published to YouTube in May of 2020. This is what happens when a ghost gets fed up with your bickering, throws up his hands and storms out of the house he's haunting. The uploader explains that during their last visit to this place, they experienced the door slamming but didn't have a chance to record it, so this time they returned to capture it on film. This video is cut down to 3 minutes of the 50 that were recorded. The clip shows the boys arguing whether or not one of their shirts is red, before deciding to call it...
Yeah, I remember this one. A door in the distance closes by itself.
...quits with the filming, since it had been nearly an hour. Just then, something clearly slams in the distance. The uploader says his friend thought it was the hinges of the door, rather than a ghost, but decides that the video is proof it wasn't the hinges. He also claims that he and a friend saw a shadow person in this building as well. The uploader writes, something said that it could have been air in the last upload, but it wasn't sure. The thing, if it was air, it would have opened it. The air is coming from outside, so it would push out to open. Instead, what we caught was a ghost slamming the door the opposite direction of where the air was coming from. So the force of the door slamming was going against the air. This was filmed in Harlingen, Texas, and there wasn't much airflow in the place according to the uploader. The group was sweating from so much stale heat. Well, maybe the ghost was too. Number 5, Screams from the Sky.
Hey. All this over a red shirt that clearly is red? Really?
There are mysterious happenings that can be explained, and others to which there is no answer. Guess which one this mystery is? Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by EBB Puzzleheaded, and originally published to YouTube by Daniel Robb in May of 2020. These screams in the Texan night sky are sure to set your hair on end. In the clip, the uploader explains that there's a sound in the distance, screaming that seems to be coming from the sky, and you can regularly hear the eerie screech off and on for nearly 8 minutes. The uploader Daniel Robb says this happened between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. and that it sounded like a banshee, followed by several voices whooping. He says the sound filled the entire night sky. Others in the comments agree that it's demonic or banshee-esque, citing the end of times. Redditor I Have No Purpose in Life notes that the screams occur alongside the lightning strikes and wonders if they might be interconnected. I guess we may never know the actual answer. Number 4, back crawling. While this may be video editing, even so it's an image you won't be able to get out of your head. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Calligram, a young woman dressed in white with long black hair and shadowed eyes creeps backwards up the stairs. As she backs slowly away, her hair piles upwards onto the stair above. Obviously, this was shot forward and reversed backwards, but the effect produces the type of uncanny sensation that...
Gotta give credit, that is a creepy face.
Sends chills up your arms. Reddit agrees. Number 3, USS Hornet. Old ship vessels are often known for their ghostly secrets. After all, they've seen the greatest evils on Earth in the name of battle. Published to YouTube in February of 2013, The Ghost Activity Abroad, this Navy ship, the USS Hornet, originally aired on DE episode 32. The crew member can be heard explaining how to use the EVP when in the background of his discussion with the newbie, you can hear a strange voice, one that sounds like a little girl.
Alright, if you'd like to speak to us. Alright, if you'd like to speak to us.
It's hard to tell what the girl is saying without the voice being isolated in the audio file, although YouTube commenters have their theories. YouTuber Madcaps and Nemos writes, "It sounds like she said, 'Can you tell me why they forgot me?' Others here, 'Do you think they know they got me?' Some simply hear, 'Play with me.' What do you hear?"
Alright, if you'd like to speak to us. Alright, if you'd like to speak to us.
Number 2, filtering Phantom.
Yeah, the one that I heard was, "Do you think they know they got me?"
This clip shows a normal psychedelic filter, the electric color surrounding the girl in frame. She then turns her camera to span the room. The filter follows for a moment before becoming absent from the shot, as the room is empty. Or is it? The person detecting filter appears to detect someone in the chair sitting opposite. No one is there, and yet the silhouette of a human form starts to appear in the shot in shocking black and white.
That's creepy.
It seems to be seated in the chair. The girl turns the filter back to her face, and the shocking figure follows, blending into the psychedelic filter colors around her again. Redditor Hydra Wrench 97 is both tentative and jumping to the paranormal and rightly creeped out. She writes, "Usually these Snapchat filter ghost clips are glitching and basically the camera falling for pareidolia, but this one is weird. Might just be the spookiest glitch ever, but it is very weird." And
Doing it again, guys. I'm sorry.
and would scare me if that was my living room. Maybe it sees something we don't. I've got a challenge for you. 5-year IT Goldfield Hotel. Legend has it that the horrors that happen in this opulent gold-gilded hotel are beyond comprehension, proof that looks can be deceiving. Published to YouTube by Alice Hammer in September of 2015, this venture inside the once bustling Goldfield Hotel is a stop shop for ghost hunters. This clip is just one example of this. KTVN Channel 2 News leads a crew of 7 through the dark haunted hotel using flashlights and lanterns. They stopped on their journey.
Okay, guys, this is getting messed up for me. I need to go see if this is happening outside with the other devices. to confuse everyone, okay? Just I'm going back in the bedroom. Enough. I went down here to see if I'm not giving you guys problems too. You're welcome. I'm probably not gonna be here for too much longer, so I'm good.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Mina.
Hi, Rick. Daddy Rick.
You got Olaf. Alright, guys, I don't know what's going on with my stream right now, but I'm just gonna finish this video up and then call it for now. Come back later.
Journey throughout to use the EVP to try and communicate with the spirits there. According to the news crew, on the 4th floor after passing a stairwell, something came rushing at them. They also claimed to hear footsteps approaching. But it was in the basement where the anger was felt. The newscast mentions an earlier crew experiencing a brick being thrown while there, so they asked the spirit to show them that they were real, and further asked if they had thrown the brick. The response? Thank you, but we've done it. Also in the recording, a male voice says, didn't mean to hurt anybody. Somehow, I don't believe him. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe.
Creepy. Alright, so that's the last video for now, guys. This until I can get my internet to catch back up. Or whatnot. There's the baby. What you doing trying to hide under the blanket, huh?
No, it's my blanket.
That's my blanket.
No.
No, it's my blanket. Oh, what's that breeze? You got a breeze out there, huh? Feels good, huh? Alright, see you guys later. I'll continue this stream later. Tune in in a little bit. I'm gonna start a part 2 of my Warcraft stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys around. So like, subscribe, and catch you later. Bye. You got my phone? Ah, it's my phone.
Oh, what's your chest?
All right. Bye bye.